Hey, what's up everybody? This is Numbers from educationforartists.com, and today we're going to talk about Spotify playlists creators, like how to get your music on Spotify or on the Spotify playlist, right? All right, so first of all, why do you want to get on Spotify? So the reason is that Spotify is the #1 platform for streaming, right? And people don't buy no CDs anymore. They don't go to the shop or to the CD store. What they do is they open up their app and they listen to it directly, right, on the phone or on the laptop or tablet or whatever, but on the app. And that's where the majority of listeners are today. So you want to be there where the majority of music listeners are. Maybe one thing from the very start, and this is important because I get questions about this every time. And the question a lot of people ask me is, who can I pay to get on the playlist, right? Now, what you need to know is that if you want to get on a Spotify playlist, like from Spotify creators, from Spotify itself, there's no way that you can buy yourself in. So put the $. You are not able to pay for play. All right. Is any service that tells you that you can buy to be on a Spotify playlist, it's a scam. What you can do though is you can buy yourself in on other playlist creators and put your music into their playlists, but not the official Spotify ones, if you get what I'm saying. All right, so let's just get this out the way. All right. So also what you need to know is that they basically get, like Spotify itself, get like 20,000 plus songs each day submitted for review and for them to put them on the playlist, right? And now again, maybe just to go back a little bit, because I'm assuming that you have a Spotify artist account. If you don't have a Spotify artist account, then go over to just Google Spotify artist account and it will pop up where you can register. You put in your name, your artist name. If you got music on the distribution, like on Spotify, you can tag your name, like, just choose your name and create your account. Once your account is created, you are able to submit your music to the Spotify curators. But I will have another video about this, which is linked somewhere here in this video, to show you how to go about to do the submission, actually. All right. And as well, if you don't have your music on Spotify yet, then also go and watch this other video, which I'm going to link somewhere here as well, which is about how to get your music on the streaming platforms. So let's just assume that you have this and you know how to go about it. So 20,000 songs a day. That means they do get a lot of songs, and you need to get yourself heard from the creators in that sense. You need to profile yourself, right? So one thing which is important, and I believe that a lot of people make that mistake as well, is to submit your music at least 7 days before release. Okay, so before the release date, at least 7 days before, you need to submit your song to the curators, to Spotify. So what you need to do in order to actually do this is you need to, if you upload your song to Spotify, through DistroKid, TuneCore, or whatever you use, right? You have the option to set the release date. So depending on the distribution service that you use, if you use DistroKid, normally your song should be up within 7 to 14 days. So you put the release date maybe a month from the day you submit your music to DistroKid, right? If you use another service which is longer, just do the calculation. How long will it take you normally to get your music on the streaming platforms from your distribution service, and then add like 14 days to it to be on the safe side. All right, and then once it is on, your song is on like the streaming platforms, you get an email or like a notification from your distribution service, and then you can go to your Spotify and actually hit the button to submit it, to submit the song to your Spotify, to the Spotify curators. All right, but I will have a video about this as well, so that you see step by step how to do it. Now, what's important, the reason why you need to put this in 7 to 14 days, at least 7 days earlier, is you want to give the curators the time actually to tag your music, to listen to your music, the algorithm to go over it, and tag your music the right way, and therefore put it into placements. And now what you also need to know is that this probably won't happen overnight. Spotify, so the algorithm, what they actually do is they observe 50,000 plus accounts. These accounts are like in different music niches, right? And so 50K accounts and these are just normal listeners, but they are like the early adapters, right? So these are kind of like the people that find trends, or that spot good music earlier than most of the other people on Spotify. And the Spotify algorithm is set up in that way that they actually observe who are these accounts, and are they still up to date, or maybe is somebody lacking, and then they just remove it and put a new early adapter into the 50,000 accounts that they observe, right? So this is really important to know, that Spotify, it's all about the user experience, as it is with Facebook, as it is with Instagram, as it is with TikTok. If you want to work any of these platforms and really, try to get the best out of it, don't try to cheat, try to understand and see it from their perspective. What they are looking for is the music that people want to listen to, right? And then recommend it to more people. That's essentially what helps them to have satisfied customers. Because if I listen to a certain playlist or a couple of songs and they put some recommendations in the mix and I like them, I might put them on my list as well. If I don't like them, I keep skipping, and the user experience isn't that great. But if they nail it in that sense, then the user experience gets better, right? Or it's great in that sense. So they observe 50,000 accounts, which are early adapters, which have like a track record in that sense, that they saw, well, they did listen to, let's say Future, or a couple of songs of Future way before he got the Rex on Rex on Rex, or even the song with T.I., right? Or maybe I think Migos was a little bit, both of them examples are kind of pre-Spotify history, but still, let's say, you have a couple, like, the same person who was listening to Future before he blew was listening to the Migos, maybe the Bando song, or even the Versace song before Drake hopped on it, right? So, and this is kind of like how this works. So they basically see who was listening to who, when, and like what are the chances that the people this person is listening to become bigger because of, well, they kind of early adapters to the music, right? And with that being said, this is kind of like where you can profit from, because you can actually build relationships with people, with curators, who got their own playlist. Just check out, you can just go on Spotify, check out the playlist. So what you basically do is, all right, so we are on the Spotify account. So what you can do is you go to browse, right? Now, let's say you put some artists in there who got a similar message as you got. Let me just put on the light here. So let's say Future, since we was talking about Future before. Now, so what you can do now is you go to playlists, and now basically what you can see is the different playlists, right? So you got Migos Radio, you got here Migos Slippery From, you got like a good list, and then basically you look like how many followers does the person has. So basically trying to find a couple of influencers in that sense who do have a good amount of followers, and get in contact with them, and then if you got similar if you go for Migos, for example, you need to go with these guys who got a similar message as you, similar music, similar vibe. And then you can approach these guys. As you see a filter, best hip hop songs 2020, got almost 160,000 followers. And well, these are probably the guys, that Spotify is looking at. I can't promise that these are the guys, but it's a good chance that, the bigger the playlist or the bigger the followers, and the monthly listeners and stuff like that, that they actually, you know, provide good music and people listen to it. All right. Okay, so this is one strategy that you can use, right? What else? You know, what's important as well is that Spotify is basically checking out not only the curators and all that stuff, but what they do check as well is how your songs perform. And for them, the crucial time they look at is the first 24 hours after the release, right? After release of your song. So that's one of the important KPIs for them. And that means that you really need to plan the release. You really need to put some thinking in it, put some actions in it, because what you want to do is, in the first 24 hours, you basically want to promote as hard as you can. Promote on your social media, promote if you got an email list, and promote it on the email list, tell your friends to share it. Like, you know, the more traffic you're going to bring to your song, and not only to your song, but if you bring the traffic to your song, what do? You bring traffic to Spotify, and Spotify appreciates that because Spotify wants to grow, wants to stay number one in the streaming game. And in order to do that, they need to get customers, right? And so if you send traffic to Spotify, to your song on Spotify, they be really happy about it. And they kind of track everything, what's going on Spotify. So maybe if you keep doing this and, you know, just send a couple of, you can actually also do ads, right? For the release. If you know the release date is then, plan a little campaign where you can send a couple of thousand people to your Spotify. And you can build on that, because if Spotify sees that each release that you have gets this amount of people to their, like, you know, views on for the song, for the next release, you already leveled up in their ranking, because they know, you know, every time he releases something or she releases something, people really like it, and they come on our platform. So therefore, the song must be good. Therefore, we're going to put them on one of our playlists, right? So just always keep in mind, what is the goal of the service that you're working with? What is the goal of Spotify? What is the goal of Instagram? You know, and then do what you believe they want in that sense, right? So for Spotify, just I guess these are a couple of very, very efficient strategies that you can use. Make sure you have enough time, right? Make sure it's at least 7 days before the release, so that the curators can actually, or the algorithm can actually put your song into the right category, tag it the right way. And then also for the release, make sure that you just promote it as good as possible with whatever tools you have at your command. You can, you know, use your own social media, of course. Also emails, if you have something, you know, just share it and tell everybody else to share it for you. And then, of course, if you have a little budget, make sure to run a little campaign for each song that you drop. Just let Spotify know that your music is what people want to listen to. And then you get in that circle of, you know, growing and growing and growing, and you will gain a lot of Spotify views. All right, with that being said, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you do like this video, if you like the content, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment below. Like, this will also help me on YouTube to grow this channel and to help musicians to reach their goals. Also, if you know somebody else who would actually benefit from this video, please share the link with them. Again, here you can see it again, because YouTube will also benefit my channel if it sees it gets shared, and, you know, people from different sources are coming to YouTube from other sources. So this is the same, it's the same, not the same strategy, but it's the same thought process behind that, right? All right, with that being said, I'm out, and much success for you and your music career.